Hey there, my friend. It's time for our weekly wisdom card draw. This is your time to pause, to ground yourself in the moment, to connect with your body and soul, to reclaim the power you have to create your life in each moment, and to commit or recommit to shining your light in the world. I'm going to draw a card from our deck, which is in PowerPoint right now, but coming ever closer to being an actual card deck. I'm super excited to share that I've been doing a lot of work in the past week, and they are getting closer. So stay tuned. I will keep you updated on the process, and hopefully, well, I don't want to put a timeline on it yet, but they are coming soon, and I will keep you posted. All right. So with that, before we get started, or before we dive into the actual draw, I want to invite you to just arrive in this moment. Just let go of whatever came before, let go of anything that will come after, and let yourself just be right here, right now. This can be sometimes the hardest thing you'll ever do all day, and yet also the most important, to let yourself just connect again in the moment. And that could look like noticing consciously your surroundings, taking a look at everything that's around you and notice it as if you're noticing it for the first time. It could also look like just closing your eyes and taking a breath, letting it out, placing a hand on your heart if that feels good, and just getting a sense of your body in this space right now. Just noticing, breathing, and being. And as you continue to do that, pause and breathe and be, I'm going to bring the cards to my heart and ask to be guided to the message that will be of highest service and greatest inspiration to you today. What message is your heart really longing to hear? What little nugget of inspiration is just what you need to take a step into greater alignment with who you really are? And setting that intention out there, I'm going to shuffle the cards. And as always, just continue to breathe and be. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Just let yourself be here now. All right, and our message is assurance. All right, love this one. All right, so we have a lioness here. This is from the Lewa Wildlife Conservancy in Kenya. Assurance, our message is: the lioness isn't concerned with what others think. She sits quietly, relaxed in her strength. She's confident, present, ready to spring into action if the moment calls for it, but not forcing or hurrying anything. She is resourced. Her air of assurance says, I can handle whatever arises. How long has it been since you felt that kind of assurance? A moment? A day? Months? Years? What would be different if you approached today with an I've got this assurance? What strength would you relax into? This isn't fake bravado. It's an inner peace that's always accessible, even in the midst of chaos. It might feel awkward when you first try it on. You might feel like an imposter. You might question whether you've really got what it takes. Trust yourself. You do. Let that sink in. All right, I love this one. All right, so curious, what is assurance bringing up for you? And what does it bring up when you contemplate taking that step in the world that you would take if you actually felt courageous and like you had the assurance of, I've got this? A lot of times, I think sometimes this brings up the phrase, fake it till you make it. And in some ways, there's actually some truth to that, right? There's when you actually make courageous decisions or make the decisions and take the steps that you would take if you actually felt courageous, you become more courageous and you start to feel more courageous. So the idea of I've got this doesn't necessarily mean that things are always going to go your way or that you're going to the outcomes are going to be what you expect. Assurance is really trusting yourself to know that no matter what the circumstances are or what the outcomes are, you can handle whatever arises, like it said in the card. Now that takes a little bit of courage, right? And bravery to say, ooh, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I trust that if I take the step, I'll know what to do, or I'll know how to handle the situation, or I'll be granted or given some more information about the situation. Sometimes, we step or leap into something and it's kind of an information gathering experience. It might be scary, or it might feel like a setback in the moment, but it is actually giving us valuable information on how to proceed. So the whole idea is how can you take a step today or move through your whole day, or as much of it as you can, with that feeling of, oh yeah, I have got this. You do. You've got it. And it really doesn't matter how things turn out. Take a breath, let your body do whatever it does in response to this situation. If something stressful happens, okay, notice that your body is stressed, whatever that feels like. Maybe your heart's racing, maybe your face flushes. I know that's a big thing for me. So just notice what's happening. Let it be okay. See what information it's giving you. And okay, now what do I do now? And you can keep asking yourself the question, okay, now in this moment then, if I felt like I got it, if I felt like I had the assurance of the lioness, what step would I take? What would I do? What would I say? What thought would I have? What story would I tell? And do those things. Take that step. Say that thing. Tell that new story. And little by little, as you start to pattern the courageous steps that you would take, you're going to actually feel more assurance, and you're going to feel not like an imposter, but like your real self. Because your real self does actually know that you have all the resources you need. You have got it. You are resourced like the lioness. You have what it takes, even if it doesn't feel like it. Your soul knows and your soul trusts. So your work for the day, for the week, is to trust yourself and experiment. See, what does it feel like to move through my day with assurance? Maybe it feels new. Maybe it feels routine. Maybe you move through the world with assurance all the time. So notice it. What does it feel like? Does it let you relax a little bit? Maybe notice it consciously. Practice it little by little. So I wish you a week of assurance. We'll show you the picture again. Yay. Super excited for when I will actually be showing you a real card from a deck, and then when they'll be available for you, and I will keep you posted again. So I wish you amazing assurance, confidence, self-trust, the works. You've got this, my friend. And I wish you a fantastic week. I'll see you next week.